stunner. She came back then, came back, so I swung her. I ain't going out like no sucker.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Returning it, John Ross. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it to the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it second down. Now Jones. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Abdullah to return. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Play action. It's Darnold. Flushed out right. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 30 on second down, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
A first down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Running again with Barkley on second down. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you counters, because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, it's Darnold. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 41. Faking the give, Darnold. Harrison. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down to force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
All level now, and 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at his own 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing after the interception. Jones completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st down, Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Giants 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. Open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's 56.
Second down. Here's Barkley again. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. Open man right side is Ingram. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Second down and goal. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
You have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Jones throw here pulled in by Galladay. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
And this is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. What a catch that is. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Off of play action, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Darnold now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he's got some space here. 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up
It's
significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And now here's Ross. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. Room to run past midfield. They find some open field here. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
He'll get this out to Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back to throw again. Open man right side is Tony. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On second down, here's Barkley. Open space inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. The extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score?
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Jones now on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Gets it quickly to Galladay. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, You often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Check, 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 check.
Jones will try and run with it. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Here's Jones on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Barkley a 1st down and more. All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 41 yards. And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Marshall. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants will have the football as this is up past the 30. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Ooh, the juke. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Oh, he shifts past him. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Darnold from the red zone now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Mike 7. Mike 7. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.